So I was originally going to do this video Friday because I'm having a bare hair ever. Anyway, but that's not what this video is about. I've had a lot of people DM me about a video I put up yesterday that was taken down by TikTok because I am being bullied and harassed about having a school and being a black teacher. So someone asked me, can I introduce myself and my story? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce myself, but I'm not going to tell my story just yet. My name is Yvonne, the Baby Whisperer Williams Madden. The Baby Whisperer movement has turned 2 this week. Now, who is the Baby Whisperers movement? I started the Baby Whisperers movement really back in 2020 when, remember the time when we all got shut down and nobody could go anywhere and school was online? There were parents that were struggling with school online because, let's face it, some of us haven't been to school in bajillion years. So yes, I said bajillion. I am a licensed teacher. I've taught in 2 countries, actually 4, but we're only going to talk about 2. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I've had a lot of people look down on me for being a black girl who's a teacher. Now, some of you are going to say, this will never happen. It is not by just the white community that is putting me down for being a black girl that is a teacher. So let's start off by saying that. Let's acknowledge what is really going on. Now, when I worked for people for years, I've worked in early education schools, and everybody knows my first career. For those of you who are trolls, my first career, I wore a badge that was silver. So think about that. But anyway, I worked for people for years who know my talent, who loved what I can do with children, who loved what I do with parents. Yet when I say that I want my own business so I can be able to get my message across to help children, why do I have so many naysayers? So I thought about this, and I talked to my sister, and I talked to my friends, and I said, some of you don't even believe what I can do. You want me to help you for free, but you don't want me to help myself and my children, which is funny because everybody who knows the Williams family, we grew up having our own businesses. This is how we grew up. This is the bread and butter we know. So I asked another black teacher, a very, very intelligent black woman, why would someone tell you that you don't have the talent that you have? And you know what she said to me? Talent has color. I've never heard that before in my life until then. Never heard that in my life. Now, we grew up on the Indian reservation and we grew up out in the open, as they call the wild, as they call you guys. So I've never heard that in my life. And when she said that to me, I said, what do you mean? If you don't look like you should have something, you shouldn't have it, according to the naysayers. And most naysayers you have are going to be your friends and family and strangers you don't even know hiding. And I said, okay. So what do you do about it? You succeed. I didn't get it either. You succeed. All the crap you go through, you succeed. In 2020, I had 26 children in my small duplex home, helping them do their homework and work on the computer, plus still homeschooling. And a parent came to me and she said, well, what do you think about my son? And I told her, your son does not like typical worksheets and learning. You have to make it active for him to learn. She turned around to a Caucasian woman and asked her the exact same question. She repeated the exact same thing I said because me and her talked together. And she was like, she's my boss. Yet she looked at me and said, okay, now I understand. I believe you. Now, I don't know if this video is going to get cut too, because I notice a lot of people don't say words. I'm not saying it to be racist. I'm telling you what I have been through. And it's not even just one community that you get it from. There's a lot of people that naysay you and don't even know you. They don't even know you. They know what they've heard. They've known what other people have said, but they don't know you. And the reason why I'm doing this video is this. When I saw that there were so many children who are in the 4th, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th grade that could not read, let's not even get me started about they could not write a letter. Some of them didn't know what cursive writing is. And then I found out they took out cursive writing out of school. And then I said, why would they do that? Because our signature, that you know, that signature we got to put on bills and everything else, is cursive writing. That's crazy, isn't it? But it's not. It's not. And it opened up my thinking. There are kids that need help. Our children need to be learning what they need to be learning, not undescribable stuff that they're never going to use. How about learning the actual history? I'm not talking about slavery. We know slavery exists. That's all they teach them. Do they know what we did positively? Because they'll teach them a little bit of that and run right on. I'm not talking about what we grew up knowing. That's when you should know. Your child needs to know more. I'm not knocking the school systems at all. There are some school systems that are awesome. However, there are some school systems that are only there to keep your kids down. And when I say that, everyone gets upset with me. And that's why I started the Baby Whisperer movement. There are parents out there that need help that can't. You want to know why they can't? Because they're so used to going asking a doctor, a lawyer, and everybody else that don't know nothing about child education. They know nothing. But those of us who are teachers and child educators and child learners, a psychologist can tell you whatever they want. I'm not knocking them. They're there for a reason. But unless that you are actually active with that child, the person that's active with your child should know child psychology. Where's the education in places? Because the daycare is still supposed to have some people in there that are educated. But where are we educated? We're not. You want to know why we're not? Because they tell you they put a dollar price on education. And that dollar price hinders a lot of people. Why did I make the Baby Whisperer movement? To help us with our families. Remember that word? They changed family so much. We have so many words for different things now. It doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to go back to the basic word. A family. Your child needs a village to be raised. And inside that village, if you have people who are naysaying your child, that is negative thoughts on your child. And you can call me wrong and you can tell me I'm wrong, but here's the matter of fact. Most kids that grow up in the ghetto or the hood or whatever we call it now, trying to make it look pretty, most kids that grow up there, they start off with people telling them what their weaknesses are, not their strengths. I start off telling the child what their strengths are. Yes, you have to tell a child what their weakness is. But while you're telling them what the weakness is, you already told them what their strengths are. So while they know their strengths, they will fix their weakness as they grow up, which is why we don't have repeat things. But no, that's not what we do. We tell a child you have suspension. We send them home. We put a child in alternative school. We tell them how bad they were to get there. And that becomes glorified because they take the badness that they had and they'll take it out to the streets. Wake up, people. They're talking about being woke. Wake up. And the reason why I'm saying this is you can attack me all you want, but you cannot take my talent from me because I have the time to get my, see, I'm getting so upset. I'm starting to stutter. This is my talent. I nurtured my talent. This is my talent. I'm getting upset because people have called me names. People have downed my degrees. Which, yes, I do. I have 3 degrees from England. I lived in England for 9 years. Oh my God, no, I'm not in the military. My ex-husband was Irish. And then I get that downplayed too. So you married a white boy. What does that have to do with me teaching your child? Can somebody explain that to me? Because I tell you why I homeschool. I homeschool so my children will have a running start. I want my children to have a running start. I don't know if you do, but I want your child to have a running start. So the next time that someone has something to say to you or your child, remember these words. Unless they can put your shoes on and walk 24 hours in them in the exact thing that you do. I don't mean put your literal shoes on. I mean they got to go to your job, deal with the crap, go to your house, deal with everything you do. If they can walk in your shoes, then they can speak. But everyone doesn't have the same life. So I know very much so everyone can walk in everybody else's shoes. That's why they belong to you. There's only one you. Everyone has a talent. Don't let them tell you what your talent is. And for all you teachers out there, wake up. You have a voice, use it. They've taken away from, they didn't strip teachers all the way down to they supposed to be y'all nannies. The teacher has no business in the house, as the parent has no business in the classroom. Yet that gray line means that everybody got to meet at a point and talk about the same thing. That's respect. But they're not going to tell you that because the government wants to jump into your house to know what's going on in your house, and other people want to put other ideas in your house. If you have a problem with someone else's idea, let them keep it to themselves. But until we do action, nothing's going to change. And that's what I'm doing, action. Okay, so we're done with my rant. You saw me muddle. And basically, the Baby Whisperer movement was made to re-educate everyone, to give everybody a fighting chance, which is why my motto is, every child is teachable, your child is teachable, no child left behind. Check my channel out. Whisper if you hear me.